So pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Now, many of us are suffering because we're avoiding our pain. And the reason why we're avoiding our pain is, one, we don't know where to go. We don't know how to feel it. And for me anyway, for many years, I knew something was going on, but my consciousness level was not aware of how this was affecting my life until I started having intimate relationships and also my work relationships, my business, my clients, and I see how this shadow that we all have can play like a self-sabotaging energy in everything that we do. And as we become more conscious, as we realize everything is energy, we really have to be mindful of the words that we speak every single day. Like, I even shared with my friend yesterday, I have a small kid and, he's not eating so good at the moment. He's kind of going through this phase, as kids do, and they're incredible parents. They do amazing job co-parenting together as a team. And, it was just interesting to observe that, the way that parents can unconsciously even speak about food around their kids, around, oh, he's not eating, he's a really fussy eater, oh, he's just really fussy, blah, blah, blah. And like, this is a program that is being completely put into the subconscious mind. And this is why, as parents, this is why my Head to Heart program is so important, and my life's work is because I realize how much of our program we pass on to our children if we're not very, very aware. And my program was always based in lack and never having enough and scarcity. And that's been a big theme throughout my life, feast or famine. This program that I've been running or have been running. And, I think once we, thankfully I'm breaking out of that fear-based scarcity program, because, you can be a multimillionaire and still have this fear-based scarcity program. I had a friend who's a millionaire and I said to him, what are you afraid of the most? He said, losing my money. Afraid of losing my money. And also he's had to sacrifice himself to get to that place where he has made a lot of money, and he's sacrificed his health, and because of his program, which was not feeling good enough, and his mum leaving him when he was younger. So these wounds that we have, this trauma that we have, really shapes the way that we see the world. It really shapes the way that we think, breathe, speak every single day to whom we meet. And I'm very grateful I have a lot of people in my life that can reflect back to me these unconscious programs. And I also do that a lot to my friends and family and clients. But honestly, it's such a subconscious thing that we don't even realize we're in the pattern. The pattern is such a deep wired program that from childhood we have been programmed in. Like, even to for example, the guy that I was recently seeing, he told his mum, I hadn't met her yet, that I used to be a stripper, or like topless waitresses, which I did. And I said to him, like, why did you tell her that? Like, she hasn't even met me yet. He said, oh, you told me to be in truth. And I said, yes, we should always be in truth, because truth is the highest vibration. But then when he told her that, she's actually stopped seeing him for a couple of weeks. So she just didn't want to speak to him, because this program that he's had with her is he's basically been people pleasing his mum, because his dad left, so he became the husband, shall I say, or looking after her, and she was getting her emotional needs met through him. So interestingly, when a new woman comes along, especially kind of a hippie tantric sex witch, that was a stripper in a past life, that's really gonna ruffle some feathers, because most people's programs, if it's not the society condition, we grew up and went to this school, we went to this college, and then, we got this job, and it's very much like the program of our parents, then it's going to be scary for people when someone like myself, who is a free spirit, who has, walked a very different path than most, and is continuing to do so, and is really in a mission to not pass these programs on to my children, and do as much work as I can to become more conscious as much as we can in this lifetime. So when I do have a child, I am so, hopefully, I know we can't be perfect, but no one's perfect. We're all doing our best, and everyone you know, that I know has kids are really doing their best with the level of awareness they have. But it's so important that if we do have friends or teachers or guides that can reflect back to us certain programs, that we are able to take this feedback, because if we're not, we're literally going to pass these programs on to our children. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want to pass the programs on that my parents taught me. Like, some of the programs are great, but most of them are not. And, you know, one's about men and that men not feeling being trustworthy or safe, and my money programs, and just this kind of fear-based energy that most of us live in. And when we're in that space, we're in that place of we're in that place of suffering, because our pain body is literally always looking for this program to be like the self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's like waiting for the man to do the thing so I can be like, see, told you, all men are like this, or all men are like this, or this is the way that, you know, this is. And it's like we're having this self-fulfilling prophecy that is basically keeping us in that story loop, that's keeping us in that program of the mind, of the ego, that's trying to keep us safe, but keeping us so stuck and repeating the same patterns. So this is really why Head to Heart is the most important work that we'll ever do in our lifetime. I know for me anyway. And I'm so committed to really finding the right practices, the teachers, the experiences that I've learned, and bringing them into this container to really be of service, so you can show up from a place of consciousness, and so you don't keep passing these programs on to your children and repeating the cycle of suffering. Because pain is inevitable, that life's going to happen. We're going to have, you know, we may have a car crash, we may have heartbreak, you know, that's going to happen. We're going to feel that pain. But suffering is when we are living in our mind 24/7 and we can't get out of it because we don't know another way. And when I guide people back into this place, into the heart, this is really where the true nature is, the true nature of who we are, which is love, presence, joy, peace. So what programs are you running right now? I have a really good exercise for this that I do with clients. It's so powerful. But yeah, it's really the thing that we avoid the most. Like my one's like, I want to avoid ending up alone like my mother. So I, in the past, end up in codependent, needy relationships where I give my power away. And I've been afraid of my power. And it's like, since I've been on my own, I've really cultivating this power within myself that I've normally just given away to my partner, because this is part of me that's like, I don't want them to leave me. So I'm going to give them all my power and lift them up, so they have this boost of testosterone energy and feel really like amazing. And then I'm not focusing on my own projects, not focusing on my own energy, and in hope that they will see me and see how valuable I am and not leave me. So that's been a big part of my program that I'm shifting. Not an easy one, but awareness is the key to change. So let's become more aware together on this channel, and yeah, just have a think of what your programs are that you grew up with, and you know, a lot of people have programs around health and money. They're the two ones. Relationships, love, conditional love, you know. So yeah, this is just a little video for today, but I hope it helps bring shed some light onto your programs. And just be so mindful. Like having a day of fasting every week is so powerful. Fasting from technology, fasting from food, fasting from words, because it brings up all of these programs that we can see, and we see the pattern that we're so in, and we don't even realize we're in it until we're in it. And then hopefully we have a friend or someone in our life that can reflect back to us. We're in the program and we're like, get out the program.